Hey everybody and welcome back. This should be episode number 5 of our Dark Souls 2 revisited playthrough on the PC. You're seeing this in 1080p max, but it actually was recorded in, I think, 2560 by 1440p and then downsampled. My monitor actually only goes up to 1080p, but I'm actually rendering this thing out at a higher resolution, 2560 by 1440, which is 1440p, and then downsampling it. So it should look slightly nicer, but then again, as I've mentioned before, every time something happens with compression or rendering the video or uploading to YouTube and then getting compressed by YouTube, there's always a loss of quality. In particular, sharpness is lost. There's sort of like it almost looks like a slight blur effect is added. That's not actually what happens. They don't add a blur effect. That would be terrible. But there's simply a slight loss of quality in order for the compression to reduce the file size. And so ultimately the result is that it doesn't look as good as what I'm seeing on my monitor. We just died to a PvP encounter in No Man's Wharf, and I said we were going to go offline. I forgot to go offline before I logged into the game, so we'll stay online for this episode. I told you guys we would definitely be going offline. However, I am rethinking that. I'm trying to figure out what's really going to be best for this playthrough. And while I think going offline might be the best option, because I just don't want the frustration of the PvP encounters and they'll interrupt the playthrough and slow it down. You know, I'm still divided. Let's see, Ring of Restoration. We've got the Ring of Life Protection. Let's see how much it costs to repair that. I probably should have thought about repairing that before. Yeah, 3,000. That's a lot of souls right now. We're not going to worry about repairing it quite yet. Let's see if we can afford to carry the Drang Lake shield. Oh, that's right, we don't have the stats for it. Yeah, we're still fat rolling with it anyway, so that's okay. I think what it is that we need 16 strength, and we have 15. So we only need 1 more point in strength to be able to wield it, and then maybe 1 or 2 more points into vitality in order to carry it without fat rolling. Or what we could do is, hang on. We could try to get... No, we don't have enough souls for it. We could try to get strength next, then take off our helmet and use it until we can get another point of vitality. That way we'd still be able to carry the shield. Let's go back to the No Man's Wharf. Today's drink of choice is lemon mint tea. Normally 2 flavors you don't think of as going together, but when done correctly, I guess it works. My GTX 980 Ti has not arrived yet, but when it does, I will certainly do a review on it. That's one thing I haven't done in the past, is review video cards, because other people do it way better than I do, and what I'm not going to be doing is creating a test bench and running a bunch of tests. I'm just going to give my impressions of it. It'll be far less comprehensive than other videos, so people may be like, hey, you know, I could go watch Jay's 2 Cents, or Barnacle or Paul's Hardware, or, you know, the Tech Syndicate. And I'm like, you could, and do. Go watch those. They'll do a much better job going over the technical details. I'm not so much into all the very nitty-gritty tech details as much as I am into the overall impressions, and in a way that's kind of like the lazy man's solution, the lazy man's solution. That's what I meant to say. It's like the lazy man's way out, because it... Oh shoot, I rolled right into it. Because it doesn't require as much work, obviously. But again, you know, it's a matter of what I have available to me. You know, if I had just a crap ton of money, endless supplies of it, you know, or so much so that I didn't have to worry about money, then yeah, I would have like the most powerful hardware I could buy for the PC. And of course, after I dedicated a lot of money to saving orphan children and children and things like that. But after that, then I would splurge on a PC. And I would also get a test bench set up. But without a test bench, what I'm absolutely not going to do is pull out cards from my main computer, put in other cards, and it's just, that would get messy. But anyway, back to Dark Souls 2. Back to Dark Souls 2, because that's really what it's all about. That's what it's all about. The Hokey Pokey. Can I sing the Hokey Pokey, or is it copyrighted? By the way, guys, there was a recent court case that does appear to indicate that the copyright on the Happy Birthday song doesn't really apply to the music, or what was it? It doesn't apply to... Yeah, it doesn't apply to the... Oh, anyway, I don't know all the details, but it would appear that now companies can go back to using the Happy Birthday song without fear of violating copyright. There is no organization or estate that owns the copyrights entirely to it. I think they own some sort of copyright, but you no longer have to worry about using it, from what I understand. I think there was actually a company, what was it, in California or something, some business won a lawsuit saying that they can continue to sing the song. So hopefully we'll see restaurants go back to using it. When I was a kid, all the restaurants would come out, you know, when they do the little birthday things, they would be like, "Happy birthday to you," you know. So everyone did that, and that was cool, and it was familiar, and it was it was a cultural thing, and you know, it's even made its way into other cultures, like Japan. They sing it, and they have, you know, there's a Japanese version. There's all sorts of foreign language. Well, foreign. When I say foreign language, what I mean is foreign to English. I know that no language is truly foreign because there's always people who natively speak it somewhere. But you know, other languages have used that song as well. But anyway, that also has nothing to do with Dark Souls 2. Let's get back to the game. This playthrough is all about It was all about revisiting the series and determining is it really as bad as I remember? Is it perhaps not so bad? I want to give it another chance, and just kind of look at it in a new light, having been away from it for so long. And saying, hey, maybe this game is better than I thought. Maybe I can get some more enjoyment out of this game. Maybe I don't need to consider this a lost cause. That's kind of the purpose of the Dark Souls 2 Revisited playthrough, and also to vindicate a lot of the people who've been telling me, "Hey, Fox, you know, you've been unnecessarily harsh on this game." And while I haven't entirely agreed that my complaints are without merit, like many of them say that a lot of my complaints are without merit, I wouldn't say that, but I would agree that I have been unnecessarily harsh, pointless ahead. I have been a bit harsh with the game overall. That is absolutely true. Have I been unnecessarily harsh? Well, yeah, you know, I guess it depends on your definition of unnecessarily. As with most things, it really depends on your definition, and that's typically how it works. Like, how you define something determines how you think about it, and oh, I had that crap on me. That's no cool. That's no cool. That's not cool. Come on, man. Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be like that? These guys will not remain afraid of the fire forever, so you better get it done fast. Otherwise, they'll start to, like, get braver and then come after you, regardless of whether you have the torch. But actually, this is a cool mechanic, and I didn't give this enough credit, because these guys are tough. And what's the solution? Well, the solution is to grab a torch. And they put plenty of torches around, and there's more than one point where, or at least there's definitely one point, if not more than one point. Interesting, human effigy times 5. I guess it's that guy couldn't pick them up, and so they stayed in my world. That's interesting, because I think that was the reward for the guy who defeated me in PvP. So it seems unnatural that I would get that in my game, because that was supposed to be a reward for him beating me, not a reward for me getting beat. Uh-oh, this guy doesn't look like he's afraid of me. You can backstab these guys as well. Yep, just like I did right there. See, now this guy has lost his fear. He's like, alright, forget it. I know the fire won't hurt me now. Oh yeah. You'll notice that the, hang on. Mint lemon teas, it's great. You'll notice that the statistics in the upper left corner, from Rivatuner statistics showing my frame rate and GPU usage and all that good stuff, you'll notice that those are, by the way, G-Sync doesn't appear to be working with this game right now for some reason. I think it's because I'm downsampling. I might turn vertical sync back on. We'll see. So far, I don't notice any big problem. It maintains such a constant 60 that maybe we won't see any screen tearing. But you'll notice that those text lines up there look much smaller than usual. Again, that's because I'm actually running this game in a higher resolution. I think one of these, if not both of these, is a trap. Great sword. We could have gone with that. I think if I walk slightly to the side... No, that's a poison trap, so we just want to get away from it. I thought that was the arrow shooting trap. Silver Talisman. Let's talk to Mr. Loser here. Interesting that you can sell all sorts of things to him. So, you know, there's all sorts of useless stuff that you don't need that you can sell to him. But, nah. Okay, let's see. Increases poise. You know, you would think that that would be useful. I don't notice a lot of use out of it. And it's a heavy ring. Should I buy it for 5,000? Does it really matter? I'll get it. Why not? Okay.
Many deal, many thanks.
Alright, so we did that. And I gotta remember to figure out where the Estus Flask shard is in here. That's one of the last things I ever want to forget or miss. I don't think there's a... You know, this there can't be a illusory wall here, because on the other side is quite simply the outside. So you know there's no illusory wall. Well, I guess there could have been one hidden there, but you can see that there isn't. There's a shortcut here you can open up, which I almost never actually get to. For some reason, I rarely ever open it up. When I first played through the game, I was very weary of using up too much of the torch, and then I came to the realization that as long as you don't completely waste it and just have it out all the time, you really do get plenty of torch time in the game. There's really no reason to be concerned about running out of torch time for the most part. You just have so much of it. And then you can buy more, I do believe, and you could pop the butterfly thingies, but those don't actually add time, do they? The butterfly torch thingies, they just light your torch. So really, I don't think it's a big concern to use up too much of the torch. Personally, I think they should have made it like Bloodborne, where there is no time limit. Simply allow people to use the torch to their heart's content. I think that would have been unquestionably the better decision. But then again, I disagree with much of what FromSoft has done with the game, and that is absolutely no secret. Oh shoot, this fell off the edge. I love how it sounds like a railroad crossing when the boat's coming in. Interesting, I could poise right through that. Whoa, my bleed stacked up. I need to be cautious. I guess I forgot that they cause bleed. Where is he now? Where is he now? There he is. Want to come up here? You know you do. You know you do. Come on, come on, come on. Just take a couple more steps. Oh, come now. Really? You gonna be like that? You gonna be a sissy like that and hide in the corner? There you go. Done. Okay. Do we have our durability ring on? Yes, we do. And look how much we've already lost on our sword. That's with the ring to lower the loss of durability. So, yeah, durability is an issue in this game. And it ought not to be, in my opinion. I really feel like, other than special weapons, they could probably just do away with durability entirely. That's why I feel like Dark Souls did it right for the most part. Yeah, durability is not really a big deal in that game, but I don't feel like it should be. Sniper spot. For what? Oh, that dude right there, I see. I do want to get the stats that I need to equip a longbow eventually. Would be nice to have some more utility on this character. And I do not want to forget where the Estus shard is. I probably should have looked it up. I could go get the guide. I really can't back my way out of the game right now. Previously I was playing in borderless windowed mode. Now I'm not. In order to get downsampling to work effectively, I'm playing in full screen. So I really can't back out of the game right now. It'll screw with the recording a little bit. I'd have to Alt-Tab and minimize it. Wow, I almost didn't see that guy right there. Can I backstab him while he's just chilling? Yep, sure can. Is this trapped? No, I think this is the... Yes, it is. Okay. Excellent. Oh, I didn't know I was going to hit that. Darn it. Do I have anything to heal poison? I don't think I do I? No, I can go buy it from that one dude, but whatevs, man. Ooh, that poison is serious, isn't it? That poison doesn't play around in this game. It's like toxic to my soul. Alright. How are we going to get rid of that? Need something. Let's see here. Maybe a firebomb? See if that works. Oh, come now. Really? I moved the camera and it just threw in the same spot. Really wonky throwing controls with this game. No joke. Really wonky throwing controls. That sucks. I'm gonna blame that on the game and not feel bad about doing that at all. That's one down. And that's two. Okay, well that took care of it. I love the way those explode and the noise they make. Throwing knife and flame butterfly. Well, that was kind of useless. Yeah, had I known what those were, I wouldn't have even bothered. Is there... I thought there was a illusory wall somewhere in here. Gosh, I don't remember. Maybe there's nothing important behind it. Maybe there is something super valuable behind it. Who knows? I don't know. I'm sure everyone knows, except for me. I don't know. Because I don't pay attention. I'm gonna get to look through this little window. Open the door. Be wary of enemies. Spam the action button all over the place and find an illusory wall. Isn't there like an enemy inside? No, okay. Like that. They also put way too many traps in the game. I mean, I understand the trap thing, but it's like, come on, really, guys? Really, we're gonna do that? We're gonna do this trap thing? Not here, obviously. That was worth it for the large Titanite shard. Definitely worth it. Because... Are we done with large Titanites on the longsword? I think maybe we needed one more large Titanite. If that was the case, then that's it right there. I like the longsword, even though they, you know, got rid of the thrust on the one-handed R2, which sucks, but, you know, it's life. Life goes on. Alright, this is where we can open up the shortcut. Booyah! And then there's a NPC summon, Lucatiel of Mira. Come, Lucatiel. Don't get yourself killed in the process, though. Alright. You coming over here, Lucatiel? Can you drop down, Lucatiel? Will you do that for me? Or do you resist the urge to drop down? Oh, wait a minute. Shouldn't this have an item on it? Did I already get it? Alright. Oh, I see you guys down there. I see you troublemakers. That's why we're gonna drop down here for safety reasons. Oh, Lucatiel. Lucatiel, you could have just let them be. Why you gotta be like that? And there's nothing in here, is there? Nope. So they weren't worth bothering with. They were just a trap. Kinda like that guy right there. Whoop. Varangian leggings. Not bad. Varangian, I don't know how to pronounce it. Boy, I can't wait till I can get that wireless adapter for the Xbox One controller. Then I don't need to worry about... Oh, I forgot about this trap. Then I don't need to worry about, Oh, come on, that was a backstab all day long. Oh, Lucatiel, you idiot. Why are you so stupid like that, girl? Why you gotta do that? Oh, well, whatever. I can handle this solo. Even without returning to the bonfire, even though it would be a better idea at this point. But I don't always make the best decisions. Let's see here. This area can be a little troublesome. I just feel like this area kind of unnecessarily drains your Estus or healing, because you have to just, you know, fiddle with these guys right before the boss, so there's always that temptation to just run by. Just skip them. Oh, come now. That went right through him. Nah, I don't think he hit me. How did he hit me twice during the roll? Where are my iframes at? We may end up pushing to 105 because I still feel like the iframes are a little lacking. Oh, he didn't shoot where I was. He shot where he thought I was going. Clever little guy, huh? It's like the ghost boat. Reminds me of another game, Ghost Boat, but I can't remember where. This thing looks so much like a treasure chest. So much like a treasure chest. I keep falling for it every time. Every time I see it, I'm like, is that a treasure chest? And I know it's not a treasure chest. I've always known it's not a treasure chest. Why do I keep thinking it is one? still not seeing any frame rate drops, even though we're we're downsampling plus using anti-aliasing, MFAA anti-aliasing. Yeah, not bad, huh? Let's see. Do we have anything to put on our weapon to make it more powerful? We do. Apply magic to right hand weapon. Apply dark to right hand. I don't know. I guess I'll do that. Will that help? Will it make it worse? I don't know. We'll do it. Because we can. Because we can. Okay. I don't really remember what you do exactly. Oh, shoot. Stamina, stamina! Whoa, that was close. Is he really this easy? Oh, there are no ads in the main game. Okay, that's a New Game Plus. Maybe Scholar of the First Sin. I keep thinking it's Shadow of the First Sin. Oh, come on now. Why you gotta be like that? Well, that was surprisingly easy. And he didn't do much damage to me. Probably thanks to my upgraded Elite Knight armor set. I think this is going to make the game quite a bit easier. And then we did more damage, I would imagine, from the magic weapon. So, that wasn't bad. For some reason, I was thinking that was going to be a harder fight than it was. Alright. This is where I hate how I would constantly interact with that thing before grabbing the treasure chest, because I just wouldn't think about it, you know? I didn't realize it was a one-way street and it would take a long trek to get back. Pyromancy Flame in the Fireball. So that's pretty good that they not only give you the flame, but they give you a basic spell to use with it, which is cool. Always skip the cutscenes and dialogue, because, you know, you can check that out on your own, go watch someone else's lore playthrough. And here we are. Water in this game, I mean, at first glance it looks okay, but the more you look at it, it just looks dumb. It looks like a repeating texture that just runs flat. But then again, you know, rendering water can be so intensive on the processing that it's really the last thing you should be concerning yourself with. Or at least give players the option to turn it off on PC or turn it down. Because it's so processor intensive to render nice looking water that in most cases, if the player doesn't have a good enough machine to do it, then it's just better to turn it off. That way you don't kill the player's frame rate. Was there an item back there I missed? No, there's an item right there. How do I get to that item? I don't know. And out we go. There it is. I knew there was an item around here. Soul of a Proud Knight, that's worth it. And Radiant Life Gem, also worth it. Useless room? We shall see. Now, in an area like this, I understand, like, if you're meant to have cells in a room, okay, I get it. Like, you can have cells that don't lead anywhere or have nothing in them, because, you know, that's the point, to have lots of cells. But, you know, other parts of the game where there are these seemingly secret areas that result in dead ends, I just don't get why they would do that. Seems kind of silly. I don't think you can open any of these. They just look like all like broken doors, except for the bonfire up there. You can see a corpse in that one. And an item here that I didn't pick up last time, which is a common fruit. Okay. Which I think gives you resistance to poison, right? Or something. Temporarily boost poison resist, yeah. Which can actually have some value in this game considering how powerful poison is. Another dead person in there. Actually, is there a illusory wall here? You'd think there'd be a ton of messages on it if there were. Alright, let's go back, use our Estus Shard, use our souls. We're going to be able to use our Drang Lake shield now, so that should be pretty cool.
Is that a shard?
It is a shard.
However,
how did you know? Alright, let's first make sure we've upgraded our weapon. I don't want to run out of souls before we get this weapon upgraded all the way. It's the most beneficial thing you can do in the game. Hey, at least they don't require souls or anything else to upgrade your Estus Flask other than just a shard. That's nice. That's only a shard that's required. Yep. Oh, no. There it is. Okay. Boom. Alright, now we're up to Titanite Chunks, which is nice. I could start upgrading the Fire Longsword. We really should have a secondary option. But at this point, I still would like to keep those upgrade materials for these things right here, my armor. That's really where I would rather spend them. Does he? He's not going to sell any more. No, okay. I have one of those. Okay, so one's good enough for now. That'll keep me from breaking a weapon, hopefully. What you could also do is just upgrade the same weapon if you can get a second copy. Which in the case of the longsword, you certainly can. And as much as I hate to waste 3,000 souls, let's get that ring, and that way, you know, we'll put it on as we feel like we'll need it. If we feel like there's a situation that's going to be tough and we don't want to lose a bunch of souls, we'll pop the ring on. But I don't want to leave the ring on at all times, die, and only like save 1,500 souls and then spend 3,000 to fix it. That would be pointless. Maybe I have to buy a certain amount from her before she's willing to, you know. Hang on. Activates Pharaoh's contraption. For some reason, I feel like I should have one of those on hand. 39. I have 39 life gems, or she sells 39? I guess she sells 39, huh?
Thank you, kind.
Okay, let's see if she'll give us anything when we talk to her. No. I guess we haven't spent enough money yet. Greedy woman. Alright. Short memory. Did I just give her that? Yes, I did. Okay. And with that, my friends, let's go ahead. Now, I started saying that like we were done. We're not done yet. We're only about halfway there, guys. Don't worry. Let's pop that up and pop that and see what we can get out of that. Oh, that's the end of the levels. Okay. So I thought I would have one more level left. Not the case. Not the case. Yes! We got it, guys. So we got 100% block shield with... Whoops. Didn't mean to take it off. Didn't mean to take it all off. Alright. Where's the stability? I can't even remember what stability looks like on this thing. There we go. Equipment status. Okay, there we go. Physical reduction, magic, fire, lightning, dark, poison, bleed, petrify, curse, stability. There it is, 55. So what is that compared to that one? 40. Okay, so that's 15 more stability. That's not bad. Now, do we want to use the Drang Lake Shield all the way? I don't know. I don't know. So let's just hang on to it for now and not upgrade it quite yet. Although I think it requires Twinkling. Is that it? If it requires Twinkling, we might just go ahead and start upgrading, because I don't think we're going to get anything else that needs Twinkling anyway. I think it is Twinkling. Yep, it's Twinkling Titanite. First upgrade requires 930. We can get that. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll use the Drang Lake Shield for a while, if nothing else. So it'll be worth an upgrade, considering that we don't have any other use for the Twinkling Titanite as it is. 6,000? That's it? Lame. Alright. The Ruined Sentinel should count as 2. Should give me 1,200. Or 12,000, rather. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Booyah! Drang Lake Shield +1. The very fact that I've already got it to +1 is going to endear me to it a little bit. Be like, okay, I've started to upgrade it. Maybe I should just go ahead and stick with it. Might be how I start to think on this. Can I upgrade, or can I level up one more time, lady? Please let me level up one more time. Yes, okay. So, we have enough strength for that. Dexterity gives us 1 point of damage. That gives us 3... Oh, wow. Yeah, 3 points of extra damage on our weapon. I'll take it. Sold. I don't think she ever gives you anything other than the feather, but it's not here, obviously. So no matter how much you talk to her, she doesn't give you an item. So we've got 6 Estus Flasks at this one. That's not bad. I mean, I think we've gotten all of them up to this point, I do believe. I should probably do some research outside of recording to make sure I'm getting everything that I want. out of the game. The one thing I'd like more of is the Sublime Bone Dust. And I think there's one on the way to the Lost Center in that watery area with those really, really tough dudes. Let's see here. Yeah, there's nothing there. Because there's no item weight, other than maybe a little organization, there's really no reason to dump items in the item box. For the most part. Let's do this. I really don't know what the PvP is like on the PC version of this game, if they're really doing it anymore. Is it dead? Is it alive and well? I have no idea. Is there any reason I need access to this area other than like farming upgrade materials during PvP sessions? I don't know. Large club. I thought there was another dog down here. Just one? Okay, I'll use it. Whatever. Oh, this is, what is this? This is a, some magic thing, right? Priest Chime, that's right, yeah. Seems pointless to do this because, I mean, obviously you're going to know to do something with this wall. Might as well just open it when you use the Pharaoh Stone. No point in being silly like that. There are some items in here I want to grab. If we get some PvP, we get some PvP. I guess, you know, what are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? These little dudes are way too tough and do way too much damage and have way too many options of throwing stuff at you, bashing you, you know. The only good thing is you can sort of stagger them endlessly. At least I can at the moment. And then they just run at you with their weapon up. It looks funny. So many enemies in this game do that, just kind of run endlessly at you with their weapon up in the air. It's almost like comical, like cartoonish. Let's see if we can get up here before we get invaded. Not sure if the Way of Blue Covenant actually does any good here. That's a good question. Does it? Does it help you here? I think you can still get hit on these things, right? When you're pulling this lever? Yeah. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to roll twice. That was a unintended double roll. Gotcha, buddy. Just gotta be really cautious with these guys. Gotta take your time with them. They're fairly tough. Deceptively so. No invasions yet. That's good. You know, when the game was newer, when this area was loaded with people, it got pretty darn tough to be able to get all the way up here, fight through the enemies, and pull that lever. Like, sometimes your only goal is just to pull the lever. It's like, I don't care if I die, I just need to pull that lever. No drops. Okay. Anything else around here? I guess that's it. Alright, back down. Again, I gotta remember, hold down in the B button. Don't just tap the B button because I'll fall off, and sometimes that's not good. I'm really not a fan of the gargoyle fight in this game. I feel like it's just really cheap and lazy. It's like, oh, hey, remember that gargoyle fight when there's two of them? Let's just have a whole bunch more show up. Yay! I'm like, no, that's lazy and cheap. Lame. Alright. It's like the no-effort boss. It's like, just rip it straight out of Dark Souls, and then make it more difficult by just multiplying the enemy. Multiply the boss. I don't think there's a secret wall in here anywhere. Okay. Skeptic Spice is nice, but that's not what I need. Alright, I think I got all the items in here. Really looks like I didn't need to unlock this at all. But it is unlocked now, so if I need more upgrade materials in the future and want to do some PvP, it's available. Interesting to note that I didn't get a single invasion. Whereas last time I remember playing this, it was almost impossible to get all the way to the gargoyles without getting invaded. So I don't know if that's an indicator of anything, or maybe this is just an off time or something. Okay, I'm always checking the same walls every time I play through the game because I can never quite remember where the illusory walls are. It's not like Dark Souls where I know where almost all of them are by default. Like I'm very comfortable with their locations. These guys have a surprisingly low amount of poise. It's easy to poise break them. I think, have I gone up there yet? I think I did. Fire. That fire does a ton of damage. I think I've already gone up there. Let me double check. So yeah, I'm actually enjoying the game. Just to kind of do a state of the game, state of the playthrough. I don't really have that many complaints at the moment. It seems like a pretty good game overall, other than things I'm talking about. I don't think it really should have been Dark Souls 2, obviously, and I don't know. I still don't feel like it really lived up to the previous games in the series, including Bloodborne. But I guess I can admit maybe I was a little unnecessarily harsh on it. Now that I've been away from it for a while, I'm able to appreciate it a little more. That it is radically different from the other games in many ways. It's subtle ways in some cases. And not so subtle ways in other cases. But the rolling, I don't know how else to put it, man. That rolling, whew, the rolls in this game are so screwy. Just shouldn't be that way. Yes, I remember one of them left the Wanderer's Hut. Okay. Let's... Which way to go? Which way to go? I'll go this way first. Okay. I just don't want to go any way that's gonna be a dead end. Really? Give me a break. Oh shoot! Oh my gosh! Wow. In this game, there is one weird thing. You can actually roll off, just barely roll off an edge, and then roll back from falling off the edge. So your character's, it's quite literally floating off the edge, and yet you can still roll back while floating. It's completely unnatural, and it shouldn't happen, but it does. I guess it's to your advantage. Even though you're clearly over the gap, like you're floating suspended in midair, it's still possible to save yourself by rolling again. Flame butterfly. Those aren't useless, but you get enough of them where you're never going to end up using them all, ever. There's just no reason to, either. I thought there was a guy over there. I guess not. And this links me back here. To this thing. Okay, so we've come full circle back to that area. Relearning how everything connects. It's nice. It's actually kind of enjoyable to do it that way because it's, you know, it is what it is. It doesn't have that familiarity of Dark Souls, which it's nice to not feel like, oh, this again, I've done this 100 times. I think isn't there another guy down here somewhere? No, I guess that was it. Okay. Hidden in plain sight, right there, guys. How do you like that? Oh, shoot. Come on, come on, come on. Come on in here. I really ought to parry more, but I'm just not comfortable with it. There we go. These guys, sometimes I can parry them, and then I feel like, yeah, I got this. And then sometimes I totally can't parry them. Like, no, I don't got this. Do I have a fail lock stone? I do. Okay, I must have picked one up somewhere. I don't know if that was worth it. Maybe I just wasted that lockstone. Who knows? Statue. I don't know who that's a statue of, but he's got a sword. Maybe it's Socrates. Alright, bone staff, if you want to go that route. If you're one of those types that uses magic, like a noob. I'm just kidding. Magic is what it is. I've never been a big fan of magic in these games. Although, I would prefer they give people the option than not, as in Bloodborne, where there really is no magic. The tools don't quite count. Twin Blade. That's an interesting weapon, although it, like, breaks after 5 seconds. So, you know. That's a huge limitation, to say the least. Soul Vessel. That's alright. I don't really plan on using that. But you never know. If you need it later, it's nice to have it. Though I think I already got one. So now I have 2. And Wilted Dusk Herb. Won't need that ever. Try jumping and then hooray for recklessness. Okay, that probably means you die. So we won't do that then. Let's see what's up here. Try stomach. Stomach. Okay, what's up here? What do we got going on? Any secrets? Some of you guys are like, Fox, man, there's nothing there. Why are you doing that? You're wasting time. I'm like, I don't know that. It's been so long since I played this game. It really has been a while. I'm not going to venture to guess. I don't want to guess, and people would be like, no, actually, I looked at your Steam account a couple weeks ago, and last time you played it said it was such and such. I'm like, okay, buddy. Nope, we're not jumping down there. Okay. Let's head back the way we came. I hate how some ladders, the way they're set up, you really just can't roll through them or roll down. You just kind of have to deal with it. Yeah, we'll go this route. Let's see what's in here. We're coming towards the end of this episode. We did defeat a boss. We didn't end it with the defeat of a boss, but we did defeat a boss. I remember dying many times trying to get that item, and it's probably useless. It's probably something like a skeptic spice. I'm like, eh. I mean, there's some items in the game that can be very useful to you if you need them, or they can be completely, utterly useless if you don't need them. Open sesame, and then there's this thing. This room, which is ridiculously stupid. Oh shoot! Rolled at a bad time. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't want that many coming after me all at once. Oh, got him. Just barely got him. Okay. Yeah, putting all those guys in a room with an important NPC. No, that's terrible. And a bonfire? Oh gosh, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. Why you do that? Why you do that? I don't know where that key is. I feel like I should know, but I don't, so that's that. Don't judge me. Come on. There we go. Life gem times 8. That's a lot of things to find in one soul item. Oh, and this links back to down here. I see. Oh, come on. I attacked right over him. That's so cheap. That's so cheap. Do not accept. I reject. Alright, guys. We're actually going to have to call it here. We're coming to the end, even though this isn't really a good stopping point. But we're not going to get anything accomplished in the next 5 or so minutes. So I think I'll leave us here, and now I'll pretty much know where to go from that point. We've still got all the 6 Estus flasks, which is not bad at all. And just to be on the safe side, where's my my durability? Durability's okay. Let's swap it out for the Ring of Life Protection. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Make sure to subscribe here and on FoxeoGames, my main channel. Link is in the description. Follow me on Twitter. I love Twitter. I love talking to people on Twitter. That's how I keep up with most of my fans, or how I prefer to. And give the video a like if you liked it. Comment below. Always helps a whole bunch. And I will see you guys next time. Later, everybody.